by giving the slope and some point, -3, -8. Now, first of all, does everybody have this sheet? Okay. Some people didn't grab one yesterday.
Is it the 2.3 part 2?
It says 2.4 at the top. It's what I had on your desk yesterday. There you go. Alright, what do you have to have to write an equation in slope-intercept form? What do you have to have? Go past the notes.
I have mine. Oh, I thought you didn't want to.
Thank you. Alright, let's try this again. What do you have to write an equation in slope-intercept form? Slope and y-intercept. Good. Alright, which one do they already give us? They don't give us the y-intercept. They give us the slope. How do we know that this is not the y-intercept? What's not 0? X. X has to be 0 to be a slope-intercept, right? Or y-intercept, excuse me. So we have the slope, we just don't have y-intercept. But we can use slope-intercept form to find it. And what's slope-intercept form? Because don't they give us a y-coordinate?
Yeah.
They give us what?
-8.
And don't they give us m?
-5.
Very good. And don't they give us x? -3 from up here. We just have to solve for b now. Everybody see that? So what will we have to do first if we're going to solve for b? Multiply first, so that's going to give us what? Good. And now to solve for b, we'd have to do what? Subtract what? Ooh, good. B is what we're trying to get by itself. So moving everything else away, which is subtracting 15. So B equals what? Very good. So now we have the y-intercept. We have the slope. Now we can write the equation. So it'd be y equals
-5
x.
plus b. Negative plus minus.
Very good. That's it. The slope came from what they gave us. We had to solve for b, and then you just fill it in slope-intercept form. Does anybody have a TI 83 or 84?
I got 84.
Okay, after we do this, I'm going to show you something on your calculator. Okay?
This one.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you add in, oh, never mind, it's not negative.
All right. I want you to do this. I want you to work another one like this on your own. Yeah. But write it up here. I want you to write m equals 2 and put passes through. This is at the top of your paper. 1, 3. I want you to try this one on your own. I'll call on somebody in just a second, and whoever I call on, if you get it correct, you can get this team.
Wait, what you say?
It's up there.
What that?
Work it on your own, just like we did that one. So slope of 2 passes through 1, 3. Try that one on your own. You can put it on my desk. Thank you. Alright, anybody want to help me out with this one? Alright, Jess. Tell me the first thing I need to do. Very good. Now what? Good. So B is 1. So tell me my final equation. Perfect. Any questions about that one? Do y'all remember doing this?
Yeah.
Somebody put baby
Cows.
Somebody put baby chickens and ducks in the background.
Okay. Alright. Next one. So this time they give us 2 points instead of a point and a slope. So, do we have the slope or the y-intercept in this problem?
We have the Y. Both.
We have both?
Where's the slope at?
Oh,
No slope, but they have what? Which one is the y-intercept?
3 and 1. 0, 1.
How do you know that this is the y-intercept?
Good.
Good, because x is 0. So this is the y-intercept. The y-intercept's 1 because, again, anytime x is 0, that's your y-intercept. Now, how do we find slope then?
Y2 plus Y1 or Y2 minus.
Good. So tell me how to set that up.
1 minus 3.
Over
0 minus 2.
minus negative 2. Good. And that's the slope formula. Again, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If y'all remember that. So on top, what's 1 minus negative, or what's 1 minus 3? On bottom, we have to do what?
Keep change or keep whatever.
And it's going to be what on bottom? So my slope is negative 1. Very good. So my equation will be y equals,
Negative 1x.
good,
Or just negative x plus b.
plus,
1.
good, very good. The m came from right here, what we just calculated. The b came from the original problem what they gave us. What now?
Oh, that's okay.
Alright, so you're going to do the same thing, try another one on your own. So here's one just like it, you can do it beside it. Passes through 0, 0, and negative 4, 5. Go ahead and try that one on your own.
Since the battery's low.
You want a decimal?
I mean, like, I'm just letting you.
Leave the slope as a what all the time? Yeah, it should be negative though, because I said negative 4.
Oh, shit.
Alright. Levi, help me out.
Okay, so you do the same thing that you did with the other one, and it's 5 minus 0 over negative 4 minus 0.
So on top,
5.
Bottom?
Negative 4.
so this is called my what?
Slope.
Good. What's my y-intercept?
Negative 4.
How do I know it's 0? Good. So tell me my final equation, Levi.
Y equals 5 over negative 4. Minus 0. Or plus 0.
Somebody help him out.
X plus 0.
Good. Do I have to put plus 0? No. Anything plus 0 is just going to be itself, right? Question again. The negative, does that have to go with the 4 or can it go with the 5? It can go with either one. Yes, Alexis. Say that again. Does it matter if we put this on top or bottom? Yes. All the y's have to go on top. The x's have to go on bottom. Good question. Any other questions? All right, next one. This time they give us the slope and a point, kind of like number 1. So I want you to try this one on your own. This is just like number 1 that we worked. Go ahead and try that one on your own. Then I'll call on somebody. Guys, please don't leave. I don't know who did this. I don't care, but please don't leave it like this.
That might have been me, I'm sorry.
If I came to your house and left your door, you wouldn't want that. Unless you live in a barn.
Yeah.
Well, you got me there.
Anybody need more time?
Yeah, this one, I feel like you a bully back then.
She didn't get out.
You want to help me out with this one?
Yeah.
Alright, tell me how to set it up first.
Okay, so you have, well, since we're writing on the slope, you have to use -8 equals -2 over 3 times 6 plus b. And then I have to turn -2 and 3 into a decimal. Oh.
Go ahead. You don't have to,
Okay.
but tell me what you got.
When I turn it into a decimal, I got -0.6 repeating 7, and then I multiplied it by 6, and I got -4.
Alright, stop right there. You'll help me finish the rest of it. But right here, remember that you can do that trick I taught you if you have a 1 on bottom. So you can divide here. What's 6 divided by 3? 2 times -2. I'll do that one more time. So you can divide here. 1's on top, 1's at bottom. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now you can multiply it by this. That's going to give us -4. Okay? Alright. So from here, Mackie, what would you do?
Oh, then you have to add 4 to both sides.
And you get
-4 equals b. And then the equation was y equals -2 over 3x minus 4.
very good. Any questions on that one? Everybody feels good about those? Okay. The last one is dealing with, well, first of all, did they give us the slope? Did they give us the y-intercept? No. So this one's different than number 3. What do we have to do? What do we have to find first? We have to find the slope first. So tell me how to set that up. Over
3
minus
minus
-2. Good. So up top we have to keep, change. That's going to give us -10. And you have to do it to the bottom also, and that'll give us,
5.
so our slope is -2. And now we can do what?
if you want. Oh, yours too.
Good. Which one or first of all, does it matter which one we use? What point? So which one do y'all want to use?
3, -3.
Alright, so somebody has to set it up. Times. Alright, so we have -3 equals, and then we have to add 6, so B is 3. So my final equation will be perfect. Questions about that one? Alright, then try this one on your own right next to it, and then I'll call on somebody. So passing through 1, 5, and -2, 6. Try that one.
go to the nurse because I don't have some.
Yeah, I gotta let you pass. Hold on. Hold on. Whoever can tell me this one in fraction form can draw out of the box.
We need fraction form.
Like the slope and y-intercept need to both be in fractions.
The 1, 5, and negative 2, 6.
Yeah, for the one we're just doing. I'll give you a little bit more time.
What do you need fraction form?
Like no decimal.
The slope and the wires.
Yeah.
You want for either one of them or both of them?
Oops.
Oh, I think I need it.
Did it die? Okay, thank you.
Well, I did change the thing.
Gotcha. Alright, anybody want to try it? Not yet. Y'all still working or y'all just lost? Yes, you want to try it? Okay. Tell me what we have to find first. Alright, so tell me how you find that.
6 minus 5 over negative 2.
Good. So the top would be
1
bottom.
third.
Hmm?
1 negative.
Good. Did everybody at least get that part? Okay. That's our slope. What about y-intercept? How do we find that?
You plug it into
Alright, so tell me what chart.
6 equals negative 1 third. Negative 2 plus b.
Alright, so tell me what that would be as a fraction. 2 over 3, very good. How did you know that? You can just multiply straight across, right? 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. They're both, this is positive because you had 2 negatives. Now what?
5 2/3.
Subtract 2/3, good. We need to make this a fraction, don't we? We need it to have a bottom of 3. So we could change this to what? 18 over 3, because isn't that the same thing as 6? So 18 minus 2 equals 16 over 3. That was BB. Did anybody get that part? Jabbar, you got that part? You raised it. Oh, you erased it. Alright, so tell me what my final equation would be. Anybody?
Y equals 1/3 x plus 16 over 3.
Very good. You might not have got it right with your attention.
We all attempted it.
No, not all y'all.
I did.
Unless y'all are using your phone to attempt it. Alright. The next two I think we've already discussed, so let's see if y'all can fill these in. Blank lines are lines that have the same slope. Parallel, good. And we all know what parallel lines are, or what they look like, correct?
Yes.
Alright, what's the next one then? Blank lines are lines that have slopes that are negative reciprocals. Somebody said it? Perpendicular. Do y'all know what perpendicular lines are?
They cross.
Yeah, they just cross. That's all it means. Just a fancy word for lines that cross. Alright, now let's talk about this term. Negative reciprocals. What does that mean?
There's schools like.
Flipped. Good. So what would be
Just the negative.
the reciprocal, the negative, or first of all, let's talk about just reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 2 over 3?
3 over 2.
Alright, so what's the negative reciprocal of 2 over 3?
Negative 3 over 2.
Good. What's the negative reciprocal of negative 4?
1 negative 4.
1 over
4.
positive 4. Very good. What is the negative reciprocal of 2?
1 over 2. Negative 1 over 2.
Good. Everybody understand what negative reciprocal is? You just flip it and make it negative. Or if it's negative, you make it positive. So, flip it over. We're going to use that to help us with these. We're still writing equations. This time they give us a little bit different description. So, passes through negative 2, 5. And I wrote this up here because it kind of got scratched out. Parallel to y equals negative 4x plus 2. How does this, or first of all, we have to have the slope and y-intercept. Which one do we have from here? How do you know that we have the slope? Okay, it says it's parallel to that. Which parallel lines have what?
The same slope.
The same slope. So our slope of our line will be what? The same. Good. So we do have the slope. We just don't have the y-intercept. How would we find that? What did we just do? What now? Yes. Y equals mx plus b. 5 equals negative 2 times negative 4 plus b. Very good. So that would give us 5 equals what plus b?
8.
And then we would,
Subtract 8.
and then b would be,
Negative 3.
good. So the equation for our line is y equals, what's our slope?
Negative
Negative
4.
4x.
Minus 3.
Very good. These two lines are parallel. And I'll show you how to graph that on your calculator so you can see that they're parallel. Any questions on that one? Okay. The next one says passes through 2, 4 and is perpendicular to x minus 6y equals 2. Did they give us the y-intercept? No. Did they give us the slope? They do. Okay. This time, we're going to have to do a little bit of work because, can you tell me what's the slope of this line? Mm-mm. How do we find the slope of this line? Or what's different about this line than the ones we've been given?
Y is not
Good. It's not in slope-intercept form. So, how do we change this to slope-intercept form?
Subtract x.
Okay. So, we'd get negative 6y equals negative x plus 2.
Yes.
Okay, so we get y equals,
Negative 1 over negative 6.
or just
1 over negative 6.
2 negatives make a positive.
Oh, okay.
And then what goes into 2 and negative 6? How many times up top
1.
and on bottom?
Negative 3.
Very good. So what's the slope of this line?
1 over 6.
1 over 6. But the line that we're trying to come up with is perpendicular. So what will our slope be?
6 over, wait, negative 6 over 1.
Good, because negative 6 over 1 is the what?
Reciprocal.
Negative reciprocal of that line. Everybody get what I just did there? We had to find the slope. Once we found the slope of this line, since it's perpendicular, that tells us we have to flip this and make it negative. Alright, now we can do what to find the y-intercept?
Plug it in.
So tell me how to set that up then.
4 equals 2 times negative 6 plus b.
So 4 equals,
Negative 12 plus b. Add 12 to both sides.
so b equals,
16.
very good. So my final equation will be y equals, what's my slope? Good. Negative 6x plus. Very good. Questions? Okay. Last two you're going to kind of do on your own, which means I'm going to call on people to help me out pretty much. Alright, Guy, did they give us the slope or the y-intercept on the next one?
Y.
Where's the y-intercept?
Oh, wait, no.
He gave us the slope, right?
Alright, what's the slope then?
Negative 5 over 1.
Alright, that's this slope. Negative 5. What is our slope going to be since it's going to be perpendicular? 1 over 5. Good. This is negative 5 over 1. So we have to swap it and then make it positive. Any questions on that part? Alright, Max, tell me how to set up the equation to find y-intercept.
It will be negative 2 equals 1 over 5 times 2, or negative.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
It is.
3 over 1 is
Plus b. Alright.
What order we use?
No, these,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because when you multiply it doesn't matter the order. Alright, Diego, tell me what this would be multiplied together as a fraction.
It would be 15. 15?
Okay.
Oh,
No.
I know.
What?
It's
It is. Let's go back to my trick that I was talking about. What problem was that on? This one? What's different about this one?
Oh, it got a negative 2.
Besides that,
The other one has a 1.
it has a 1. Has a 1 on bottom. Oh, it did, didn't it?
That's why I thought the negative 2.
Oh, because you didn't multiply these. We did what here?
Divided.
You divide. If there's one on top and one on bottom, you have to divide. Alright, so back to this one. Or you can just multiply straight across. Plus b. Now we have to subtract 3 over 5. But we have to turn this to what? A fraction with a 5 on bottom. So that would be... What's 5 times 2? 10. So it'd be negative 10 over 5, right? Isn't that the same as negative 2? Alright, so this would be negative 10 minus 3. That's going to give us what? Good, negative 13 over 5. So finally, my final equation will be y equals what?
Negative 13 over 5.
What's my slope? 1 over 5x minus 13 over 5. Very good. Oops. If y'all wanted to turn that 13 over 5 into a decimal, or this part, that's fine, because 13 over 5 is the what? What is 13 over 5? It's the what? Y-intercept. I don't care if you put the y-intercept as a decimal on your test, that's fine, as long as your slope is never a decimal, okay? So y-intercept, that's fine if you want to do that. But not the slope. Alright, last one. So this one is parallel to this line, so Alonde, what's going to be my slope?
4 over 3.
Perfect. Austin, tell me how to set up the equation to find my y-intercept. Thank you. Go ahead. Good. So again, we can't multiply here, but we can divide. So negative 6 divided by 3. Negative 2, and we can multiply that one by 4. So that's going to give us negative 8. Very good. Levi, what do we do from here? Solve for b.
Subtract, add 8 to both sides.
So that would give us what? You don't need that. What is 8 minus 6?
Oh, 2.
Yeah. You don't need a calculator?
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Don't be laughing. You don't even know how to set it up.
Yeah, that's harder.
No, it's not. Alright, next one. So we have y equals, what's our final answer?
Y equals 4. Plus, I mean, minus 4. Wait, never mind.
This is parallel. Very good. Alright, if you have a TI 83 or 84, have that out. Everybody else can pack up. Remember that your test will be on Tuesday. So